Oh, you can't hear me? It wasn't blinking. I'm so sorry. Hi. I'm sorry if I just blew out your eardrums too. Okay, so I can start over. I can't see the chat because I have everything set up totally different today. So tell me what you think. I don't know why that garment thumbnail wasn't right. Did you see that it switched to the port side duffel? I don't know why it did that. You can hear me now, right, Christy? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm really sorry about that. I moved my microphone. I've got the camera up higher so you can actually see it. This is my overhead camera right here. Great, Christy, thanks. I can't, like, the camera's right in front of the chat because I actually figured out how to set this up where you can see what's on my computer screen. And so we're going to go to websites and check things out and get this sew along started. So the sew along doesn't start till the mid to late January because I know people have like scheduling things. They have kids to get out the door to school again, get back into the routine. Maybe your finances are tight right now and you're not really prepared to buy denim, a pattern, and printing. So let's just chip away at this. And then this is going to give you all of the little like tools that you need in order to do that. I've never ordered PDF printed patterns. I had a friend print some of mine once, so that doesn't count, right? And I don't like taping together, so if you're taping them together, my hat is off to you because I couldn't handle that. I printed my first one out a couple of years ago, and when I saw how many pages were coming out of my printer, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. Plus, it can, lead to some inaccuracies. So we are going to visit a website that a few of you, it looks like you've already discovered, called pdfplotting.com. And I even had trouble making the minimum on there, which is $7.50. And then I realized that I was selecting things incorrectly. So I'm probably going to help you with that. And I was having trouble getting multiple patterns in my cart. So I actually called them and talked to them, and they were really helpful. So I also looked for some, hello Carol, denim for you guys. I sewed a sample waistband. And yes, I use my mouse with my left hand. I know I'm weird, but you're going to see, a few things that you probably never thought you'd see today. So let's see. I made a little list. Here's our cheat sheet. Here is your to-do list, okay? You're going to buy the pattern. I'm going to show you where to do that. You're going to pick your size. I'm going to help you with that today. And you're going to have your pattern printed, or you're going to print your pattern and tape it together. You're going to order or buy your denim. And we're going to talk about shrinkage. Not shrinkage. Of course, that's an issue, but we're going to talk about stretch because I think this pattern says, hey, you need something that has at least 20% stretch. I think that scares a lot of people because a lot of people who sell denim don't tell you what the percentage is. And that can be a little scary. It can be a lot scary because denim isn't cheap. So I did find one of my favorite fabric stores that I buy stuff from. It's an online store. It does have the percentages listed on there, which I was like, bless you, Hearts Fabric, for doing that because it's really important. A lot of the links that I found were broken to denim, so they were sold out. The stuff I've bought in the past is sold out, but I do have some of it here, and it is the cone mill denim. So if you find that somewhere, I feel like we're a little bit safe in assuming, but you really do need to find out what the stretch is. So, I mean, you could do the whole labor-intensive thing of like ordering a sample and then testing it, but it might be worth a phone call to the people or an email and just say, hey, what's the percentage of stretch on that? It's really important to know. So we're going to do that. And then once you've done all that, you just need to wash your fabric, cut it out, and then we're all going to sew it together. And so let's get to this pattern. So I don't know how it came about that we're going to do this pull-on pant, but it's genius, right? There's no zipper fly, even though you guys are all champs, and I know you can sew a zipper fly, and I have a great video for that if you are afraid of doing that. I still think that this is really appealing even to me because sometimes I don't have a zipper, sometimes I want something quick, and I think you're going to be shocked at how fast these are going to go together because, like, I got here at 10 a.m., so an hour before I go live. And usually I use that time to make sure I have everything set up properly. I have little things that I might need in the stream. I have things close. I kind of tidy up around me. And then I have like 15 minutes to spare to get ready. Well, I did a little bit of that last night, but then I had to fuss a ton even more. But I still had time to cut out the waistband, sew it together, and slip it on and see how it went. Just with the denim that I've been using for all my ginger jeans, which is, been the stuff that everybody's been buying. So, and it turned out great. So once, like, look at that. I already made my waistband. It's done. Like, that is like 2 steps. You sew your side seams, and then you sew the top together, and your waistband's done. There's no zipper fly. So you guys, these are going to be really fast. Like, we're going to draw these out and make these take as long as we can, as long as we need. But at the same time, we're not going to be able to drag it out for very long. So we can really nerd out on these, and I think we're going to have fun with it. So let's see, a couple of other notes. I decided I'm going to do some menswear in January because I have a advertising spot on the Love to Sew podcast again, and it's during their menswear edition, and that is like mid-January. So I just need to build that in there. And I also want to do a Seamwork magazine sew as well, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. I have the Audrey jean jacket, but that might be just like getting too much, denim for you guys. I don't know. So let's see. Let's start off with where to buy the pattern. All right. And so this is it right here. It's the Itch to Stitch Mountain View pull-on jeans. She only sells it as a PDF, and it comes in sizes double aught or 00 all the way to size 20. And I think I have. Yeah, I do. I have another one printed out of these. So you will get this in your PDF pattern, but I'm pretty sure it's listed on the description of the pattern, and so we'll look at that right now. All right, so I'm going to switch this over. So if you are prone to motion sickness, just look away for a second, because when I switch this over to my computer, it's going to do something kind of crazy. So see that? It's like very concentric. So this is what I see. This is actually my little streaming, my little like ground control, or what do you call it? It's my control panel basically. So this is what I see right here. So I'm just going to slide this over here just so I can see a tiny little bit of it, so I know that everything is going okay. And if you need me to move me out of this bottom corner, I will do that as well. So we're going to look at just this. So this is the stream. All right, so I have, am I shouting too? I have the microphone really close today. So I have bookmarked the Mountain View pull-on jeans on the Itch to Stitch website. So you see here, there's the description. It's $10. There are photos here, and the size chart is right here, so you can check it out. Make sure it's going to work for you before you get in our sew along. And if you guys want to sew something else for like another pair of jeans, go for it. Like if you're doing the Needle Sharp subscription box, or you just have a pair of pants that you want to sew, go for it. We are all pants all the time for this sew along, and a lot of the same principles apply across all pants. So here's your sizing. And so once you purchase this, this is my rule of thumb. Anytime I purchase PDF, I download it immediately, okay? And so that way you don't have to worry about losing it, and then save it somewhere, title it something, find it right away. Don't just download it and walk away. It'll go to the bottom of your screen, like right here, and then you can click on the little down arrow on it and say show in folder. And then it'll show you where it's at in your computer, and then drag it over to where you want. All right, you guys, I would show you how to do that, but I'd already done it. Because I do feel like a lot of people, I know people who sell PDF patterns, and it is one of the most time-consuming things they deal with is teaching people how to grab their downloads and not download it 12 times because they're like, where did it go? Where did it go? I've done this same exact thing, you guys. I'm not being hard on anybody. I've done this. So it'll go probably to the bottom of your screen right down here. I think you can see oh, you can't. Let's see. Let me move me here. So it'll go down here, okay? And I'm just going to get rid of the, how did I do that? Okay, I'm going to put this on top. I'm just going to do this. I'm just not going to be able to see myself. There we go. Okay, so down here, it'll go down here, and then all your downloads will show up right there. Okay, so once you've bought your pattern and you've downloaded it, you are going to have to unzip it. And let's see, it's probably, let me see if I can find one that I haven't unzipped yet. No, see like right there, that Jutland pants, and you see that little folder that has a zipper on it? If I click that, I'll get an extract all icon right here at the top. So you just say extract all, and then it'll ask you, where do you want this to go? You can put it in the exact same spot. You just select a folder like you always do when you're saving any file. And then that way you know where it's at, and you're very intentional about where you put it. Okay, so then this is my extracted mountain view pull-on pant. These right here are not in her file. I just printed page 2 so I could print out only page 2 because I needed to make the thumbnail for the cover. So you're only going to get these 3 items right here. In fact, I'll just delete these so it's not confusing right now. I can always make them again. So this is a JPEG, the second one here. That's a JPEG version. You're probably only going to be concerned with the PDF. This top one is if you are going to tape it together, and the bottom one is going to be if you're going to have it printed, because it says large format. Sometimes they say A0, and that's a paper style, a paper size. So you're just going to decide which way you're going to go. Are you going to print it out yourself? You're going to go here, and let's look at that, what it looks like. So here is Adobe Acrobat, and I've opened up the whole file, and she has every page in here, right? But I'm going to show you something really cool about how she designed this PDF. Okay, so here is what you're going to get, all these individual as pages printed out. The red number is the page number in this document. So if you were to say, I only want to print out the pattern pieces, you're going to print out pattern pieces, like page numbers 18 through 44. Okay? Now the big number here, that is the number so that when you are taping it together, you have a guide. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you do it sequentially. So the red number is not going to print on your pattern. It's only going to... only the gray one. You know, I realize I won't be able to see you guys if I can't see if you're asking me questions. So let me do some weird things here. Get rid of that. I want to make sure I don't miss any questions because I really want all of this to be as clear as possible. We won't be streaming too long today either. Welcome back to the chat. Thanks. Okay. So, where am I at here? Okay, so here is the schematic of how it gets taped together. So like I said, the red number is the page number in the document. So like see, the taping and tile instructions is page 6. That's not even one of these red numbers, right? So let's see, if we go down to page 18 it was, right? 18, 18, 18. There it is. There's the page, the first page of the taping. All right, so here's the nifty thing about this pattern. When you want to, let's see, can you do layers on the, okay, you can't do, okay, I'm going to talk about that in a second actually. It doesn't work with this version. So if you're taping together, this is the file that you're going to pick. You're going to pick the first one, the pattern and instructions version 2, all right? So if you're going to have this printed by someone else at a copy shop or online or something like that, you know, FedEx Kinko's does it. Pattern Z, I've heard of, I haven't used them, but maybe we can check out their website today. And then the place that we're going to be trying out is pdfplotting.com. All right, so you're going to open this one. And I want to show you something really cool. This is a sign of someone who really knows what they're doing and does a really good job at setting up her file. All right, you see how confusing that is? This is what prints, you guys. Just this. It's huge. It says like on the PDF plotting, it'll tell you where to look to see what size this document is. And it says to look at the bottom left. Oh, there it is. You have to hover. Okay, did you see that? Let's see. Okay, see right there. That's the size of this paper that it prints on, 33 by 46.8. I kept trying to, and I didn't know it would pop up like that. So great, I learned something too. And so when you're on their website, you're going to have to select the right paper width, and we're going to go do that soon, okay? But here's the cool thing I want to show you. If you've decided, hey, I'm a straight up size 12, you can just show by clicking this button right here. It's called a layers button. You can hide all these other sizes, and look at how nice and easy it is to see what just seeing your size looks like. Isn't that nice? So you can ask them, hey, would you please only print the size 12 layer of this document? And hopefully they'll see your note. There is a nice big note box on each of your files, and they will just print that one for you. And, you know, you can probably say, I'd like the 10, the 12, and the 14. Would you please just print those 3? And look at how much less confusing that is. I mean, so genius. I am so thrilled with this feature because I even have trouble deciding what line to follow when I say that like I'm someone special. Like I say, I even have trouble, but it's so hard. Like even as a pattern drafter, we all have trouble with that. And so we have to look at nested sets. That's what this is called when you see all the sizes, a nested set. And it is just, you know, it's a lot on the eye, right? So this is a really cool feature of this document. And so then you'll have it printed. And this is one thing I wanted to look at. See, here's the back pant. Here's this back seam along the back leg. I'm going to tell you right now, you guys, I'm probably going to get rid of that seam. And if there's the only thing I can think of is there could be a slight dart at the top when I overlap these two, but I'm going to show you how to do that if you guys don't want this seam either. It's cute, but it's not my style. So I'm just going to make it a smooth back. It says it's to add more, contour, and I think why she says this because these lines are parallel, right? So I can see that there's no shaping built into it. I think why she says this is because when you add a seam to something that's stretchy, you're providing structure right there so that it can't like bag out. It can't get stretched out right there. And she's right, like this is going to provide some stability, right? It's kind of like if you're a knitter, because I know there's probably a few of you who knits because of chicken boots and stuff. That's probably how you found me. It's like when you see the debate between knitting a sweater with or without seams. So a lot of people like knitting sweaters completely seamless. Like this one has no side seams. I don't know. Do I have a camera on? I can't even tell. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't have side seams. I don't have shoulder seams on this sweater, right? But if you had a very like loose or stretchy knit, or, you know, I'm using the wrong lingo for this because I'm in sewing world right now, you would knit probably it in pieces and then sew your pieces together, and then it makes the sweater hold its shape better. It's the same with this, so I can see why she did this. So there may be a slight dart at the waist is the only thing I'm thinking, so I'm just going to check that out when I get my pattern pieces. All right, so now we're ready to print. Okay, so let's get rid of all this. And we're going to go to pdfplotting.com. I'm not paid by them. I told them, I said, I'm going to tell the people I know about you. And he was pretty excited. So I think that they're getting more and more known for this. All right, so this is the front page. And we're going to go to black and white pattern printing. You can go color if you want, especially if you want to do all those sizes. That would be really nice. It's really nice she offered those layers in different colors. So here we go. Look at all the styles or the options, I should say. So you see how there is a length and the width there? You're going to scroll down, look at all these. You're going to find the one that best fits you, and most likely on most all of your pattern printing, you're going to select this one, AO 36 by 48 pattern printing. Now, you need to know one thing before you go and order and upload your pattern, and that is how many pages is it, okay? So this one is 2 pages. Do you see this right here? 2 of 2 pages. Yeah, they're gigantic pages, but there's only 2 there, all right? Once you say that number of pages, 2, then you get other dialog boxes to populate. Now, number of copies means how many copies of this pattern do you want? Maybe you want more than one so that you can toss this one out when you're done, you know. 2 pages, it's only going to cost $1.29. You could do that. So then you're going to choose your file. And you're going to go to where you stored it because you were very thoughtful in where you put it. I have a to print spot right here. And I actually put patterns now that I'm going to print in there so I don't lose track of what I've printed and what I haven't. So then you're going to go into your Mountain View pull-ons. You're going to select the large format version 1 of your pattern. And there it is. And then you can write in here, you know, on my keyboard right here, please only print size 10 and size 12 in the layers. Okay? Oops. Layers. Once I misspell it once wrong, it's going to happen every month. So that's how you do it. Then you're going to scroll down here. You're going to say add to cart. And it's going to tell you you have not made the minimum yet. Okay? Let me check the chat. Make sure you guys are doing okay here. Oh, I lost you guys again. Oh, shoot. Let me see. I didn't lose you, but I keep like navigating away from my chat page. I should just make it a separate window. Because I want to make sure you're not asking questions. Oh, hi. Oh, here we go. There are some. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's a great idea, Christy. Just do. Yes. That is such a great idea. I might steal that idea. That's a great idea. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Ida. That's exactly what I think too. I think that she's making that so it provides structure, and you know you won't get as much like loose, you know, of the knit happening or the stretch happening, right? Okay, so now we've added one to our cart, and I'm not making the minimum, right? So I have to add some more patterns, and so this is the way you go about this. Don't click this right here. You will replace this file in your cart. Don't click continue shopping. I don't know why, it just doesn't work. Just go up here to pattern printing and select black and white pattern printing once again. And then find another file that you're going to print. Okay, this one's 3 pages. Until you select number of pages, you're not going to get this choose file dialog box. Okay? And then once you have enough in your cart to check out. And you can always give them a call. They were super responsive. They answer the phone if you're having any questions. So now you are ready, okay? You guys have ordered your patterns, right? We're going to try that. And I should get mine soon, and I'll let you know how they look. So they're closed over the holidays. You have a few days to even, you know, place this order if you want it waiting for you when you get back next week. Okay, so what's next? We need to order denim, right? So let me clear out my cart here because I did make an account and I did leave my card on file. So I just want to make sure I don't accidentally order something. Okay, so, you know what? Another thing, if you're having, if you want to look at other people who've sewn it, I saved the hashtag of the Mountain View pull-on jeans on Instagram, and then you can look at other people who've made it. There's not very many posts, you guys, but it's still a little helpful, you know. People are all smiling. Such a good sign, right? And there's definitely a variety of body shapes. I love that she made shorts. I'm doing that for sure. I like butt pics, and I cannot lie. You guys got to post those so people know, right? They're so helpful. That's what we want to know, what it looks like. How is it fitting in that area? That's the tricky part. Okay, so looking for denim. Let's talk about stretch, all right? So, okay. Let's talk about stretch. Let's see here. Where's my studio? Okay, here we are. We're back. Less confusing of a canvas, right? Okay, so let's see. I have my waistband that I made this morning. And the only thing I didn't do was put the elastic in the waist, and I would do that. I would definitely, I was posting a pic of your booty. Okay, you don't have to. I will definitely follow the instructions and put the elastic in there that she has in the directions. So don't worry, I will do it properly. I will say, for this pattern and this style of sewing, you're going to either have to have a zigzag stitch on like a home sewing machine or any kind of machine. You need a zigzag stitch or you need a serger. I whipped mine out on the serger today because my home machine isn't plugged in and I don't want to crawl under my desk to do it. So and that works. So the side seams are straight stitched. You stagger the seam allowance, serge the top, voila, you're done. And then you add your elastic, and then you attach this waistband to the pants also with the zigzag stitch. And when you sew things with a zigzag stitch, I'll go over this during the sew along, you're not using this really big wide zigzag stitch. I think when I first heard that people sew knits together with zigzag stitches before everybody had sergers, I didn't understand like how that could work. Like I thought, well, won't that show on the outside? Like, won't it be all puckery because it's not a nice straight smooth seam? And that's not the case. So if you're wondering what that looks like, just try it out. Just take a little piece of fabric, a knit piece of fabric, sew a little zigzag stitch, and I'm talking really small. It does not have to be much. It just needs to, the zigzag can be long like this, you know. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be a longer stitch, a longer, let's see, how is that? It's a shorter width and the same size length of your stitch. So just the width is, you know, so your length is, it's just not zigging and zagging very often, but when it does, it's not very far apart. And then there are some machines that have stretch stitch as well. Hi, Michelle. They're not staggered in the way that they don't line up. You see that? Can you see that? It's that you stagger the bulk of the seam allowance. So sorry, that was confusing the way I said that. So they still line up. You see that, Michelle? It's just that the seam allowance, one goes to the front, one goes to the back, and it's just so you don't have the bulk. The other way you could do it is you could open up the seam. But I do find that when you do that in an area that's high stress like this, you might end up pulling it apart over time. So I would do it the way she suggests. She looks like she knows what she's doing, and I am going to defer to her. She's probably been researching doing a pair pull on pants for a while and saw what worked and what didn't work. Yeah, so yeah, I just said it wrong, Michelle. That's all. Yes, you do always line up your seams. Otherwise, you'll have other issues, right? Okay, so let's talk about stretch. I actually have some pull-on jeans too by Jag. I know Nancy has some of these too. This is what they look like. I know you're thinking maternity, but don't worry. Don't think maternity. You just need a little shirt that just covers this and that's it. No one will know, okay? And they're not maternity. Maternity goes below the belly, and these definitely don't. In fact, the Jag jeans are about an inch longer rise, size comparison to size comparison than her pattern. So I may even lengthen the rise on this pair of pants, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that when we get there. Yeah, maybe it's you, Christy, that has these. Yeah, they are worth the investment. I've had these for a while now, and I really like them. They held up well. I mean, look, there's no pulled seams or anything. This is the way they're sewn on the inside. It's bound on the edge so it looks nice and clean. I might think about that. You know, and the binding is not knit. Yeah, you're all about the stretch life. Exactly. I have a friend that she's like, I'm all about the cozy life. I feel like that there's some overlap here. Cozy and stretch. So, yeah, and then here's the back. This was a lighter wash, and I've had them for a while. And then here's the darker wash. And I actually was wrong the other day. I think I told you guys that I bought a size 8, and these are size 10. So, yeah, well, Eileen Fisher, yeah, that's a nice brand. Yeah, she has some really nice stuff. That, in fact, the store that I bought these from, that they specialize in Eileen Fisher. Okay, so here's the back. So yeah, those are my Jag jeans. And then I compared the waistband. These are size 10. I'm going to cut the size 12. These are a little small for me now, not going to lie. So I'm going to go up a little bit bigger, and these are just a little bit bigger in circumference. I can show you. My back, I put double notches on the back so I could tell. So this is the back. So let's see if I just line this up on one side. Yeah, so about 2 inches different. Yeah, exactly. They're not maternity. I know, it's really great. Okay, and no zipper fly. All right, so determining stretch. So this is the denim that I've been sewing everything in front of you guys with. I bought this denim from the workroom in Canada years ago, and I swear I only bought enough for one pair of jeans, but I must have bought enough for 2 or 3 because I just keep having this denim still. And I know they emailed me and said it was flawed and that they're going to include a tiny little bit, but I don't think they included a whole other pair of jeans. So this is how I figure out stretch. This is a very common way to figure out. It's not scientific. And I think when people are asking you to find something with the right amount of stretch, this is the way they're assuming you're going to determine it, okay? And I got my metal ruler out so you could see the numbers really easily. I've had this ruler since college. So you're going to hold I'm going to weight mine down right here like that with my iron. You're going to hold one end down over here, and then you're going to stretch the other end. And I'm getting a lot of resistance by the time I get to the 12 there. Like, I can go further, but I can very comfortably stretch it to the 12, okay? So we're going to say it has 2 inches of stretch. And then I showed you this the other day, how you calculate it. Whoops. Let's not log into my bank on live camera. Okay, so the way I calculate it is I'm going to take 12 minus 10 equals 2. And then 2 divided by 10, the original amount is 0.2. And remember, you carry your decimal 2 spaces to the right, and you get 20%. So it's 20% shrinkage. And then you're going to check your math. You're going to say 0.2 times 10 equals 2. So that's the 2 inches. So let's say it only stretched 1.5 inches over the 10, right? So now we have 1.5 divided by 10, the original length there. So it's 15%. So that'll give you an idea what you're looking for. I do 10. You will see people just do 5 inches, but it's just not as accurate. You don't have to draw on your denim. You can do this in the store, you guys. You can do this in the store. You don't have to draw on it. Just have a little tape measure with you and, hold it on one end, right? So you're going to do this across the fabric. This is the length grain right here. That's the length grain. See it? The selvage. You're going to do this perpendicular to the selvage. You don't care about the length stretch. If it has a lot of length stretch, you might not want that anyway, because that will make your jeans kind of grow over the day. It feels comfortable at first, but it's just a little too wishy-washy. You really are focused on your primary amount of stretch being in the circumference around your body, okay? Or the width, the cross grain of the fabric. So you could just do like, okay, I'm going to measure 10 inches out right there, and then you're in the store. Maybe you have a friend help you or a clerk, and then you're going to figure it out like that. It's not scientific, I know, but you don't want to buy the fabric yet. You're going to check it out. This is how they do it, all right? So let's look at some websites that are selling some stretch denim. I don't know what their quantity is like. I found like a remnant at one place. I just don't think it's going to be hard for you guys to find this nowadays because there is a lot of options out there and a lot of people sewing jeans. And I think that you're going to find what you're looking for. You just need to ask about the stretch. So, all right, so let's go back to the vortex of my desktop. And let's see, I searched, I searched a few things. Okay, wait, where's my, oh, I don't have my like search for denim. So this at Threadbare, Cone Mills denim, the S jean. I keep meaning to look up what that means. That is one I've used before. It's one you've seen. That's $8 a half yard. So make sure you pay attention to that. What is this picture right here? I didn't see that. So this does have the percentage as 25%, which is really nice. That's Threadbare Fabrics. I've never ordered from them. Let's see, Blackbird has a remnant, so one of you could get this remnant. It's a little bit cheaper, and 2.85 meters is plenty for you to probably make more than one pair of the Cone Mills. It is the stretch denim. There's not much else. Oh, here's the other information. Yeah, 25%. Awesome. They're telling you. That's good. That's good. And then Hearts had a lot of options. I was pretty surprised. I lost my chat again. I keep clicking away. Sorry. Let me pull it out in a window here. Like this. Oh boy, sorry. It's like, lady, I'm trying to live stream. You're using up all the internet, and you want me to do all these gymnastics? Okay, here we go. So here's the Hearts fabric. I find the photographs a little bit challenging. They seem a little dark, but look at all of these options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 options. It's $15 a yard. It's a great price. And then, let's see. I thought I saw the percentage of stretch on all of them. Of course, this one doesn't have it. Light denim, stretch, indigo. Smooth texture. Let's see. Oh, yeah, 20% stretch. You see that right there? So there you go. I'm in California, so I order from Hearts because I know I'm going to get it really quickly. It does mean I pay sales tax. I don't mind supporting my state for sales tax. But you might be able to find someone closer to you. And you know, there may be holiday sales soon too. All right, so let's see, 57 inches wide. Let's see, how many yards do you need? Let's see. Material. Stretch denim twiller corduroy with 20 to 30% stretch. Don't use love. All right, so I'd need 2.5 yards for my size 12 that I'm gonna make. So if you find about 2.5 yards anywhere, you're gonna probably be good to go. It's about all you need, and I do feel like that's generous, just so you know. Okay, have we covered everything? Are you guys pumped to make Mountain View pull-on jeans? I am. I'm actually pretty excited. I might make a pair beforehand just so I know what to expect, you know? Because I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to work out, like with the whole, like, you know, pulling them on. And, you know, I'm very curious myself. I'm pretty excited that these exist. Let's see. We can look at this closer. Do you guys have any questions, concerns, anything like that? Because I want to hear them. So let's decide on a date. So like I said, I'm going to stream some menswear in mid-January just to support the Love to Sew episode. And because I'm going to have an ad during it. And me and the machine. There we go. And then I want to do a seam work thing. Yeah, I need to get through the holidays too, Christy. Like, I literally thought next Friday was Christmas until like a few days ago. I don't know why. Like, I have a Harry Potter advent calendar. Albeit I'm not opening them every day, so maybe that's why. I don't suggest or not suggest making the back seam. I think it's up to you, Carol. I like Christy's idea of making it and then just using matching top stitching thread so that it's a little less subtle or more subtle, or so that it's subtle. I might just tape my pattern pieces together at the seam line, so overlap them 1 inch because that would take up the 1/2 inch seam allowance on each seam. And then cutting mine out that way. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make sure that at the top the seam, the cut line doesn't go like this, because then I'll know there's a little bit of a dart, and I'll just sew a dart in there as well. Like, I'll just leave it in there. The dart's going to be almost invisible if there is one, because it's going to be behind the pocket and going into the waist seam. And some pants do have a back dart, but usually they take that up with the back rise seam instead. So it's just to add more contour, or the side seam. So personalized labels, where to buy. Personalized meaning you want your name on them, because I do see a lot of sew-in labels right now. There's some really funny ones that I saw on Instagram, and she's in Australia, and they're pretty funny. Like, it'll say, like, one of them is like, "This is the back." You know, like, I love that. And of course it has pockets, you know, like there's labels like that. But if you want personalized, I would look on Etsy. We could search. Let's see. Let's see what we find. Let's see what I would order. Yeah, right, Nancy? I like that idea too. Okay, so here we are. Let's go. Let's search the web. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of a few things here. Yeah, you're thinking on it, Carol. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Okay, I like the way it looks. It's just not my thing. It looks a little bit country-ish, which I like the way that looks, but I don't dress country, so I feel like it would look a little misplaced on me. So, custom sew-in labels. I used to order from Mabel's Labels in Canada, but I don't think they're sew-in. Look at those. Let's see, custom sewing lip, menu, free delivery. Wonderland, yours now, Wonder Label. Okay. I'm just going to look at all these before I click on any of them, because I'm going to start getting ads for some. Custom fabric sewing labels. I will say, Michelle, that I have... Oh, you got the Wonder Label? Let's click on them. Let's see what they are. That was actually the only one I was going to click on. I will say, have you guys ever used inkjet printer sheets by June Taylor? They work amazing, and you can make your own. I used to do it all the time. Let's see, clothing labels. So I think if you want your name on it, you're probably going to have to look at printed, unless you want to buy 5,000, literally, of something. Printed labels, let's see. And Carol, do you get them made with your name on them? Is that how you're using Wonder Labels? You the back seam looked racy. I love it. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, you could print your own. Let me show you the June Taylor paper. You can get it at Joann Fabrics, and you can get it online. Let me go get a package of it for you, and I'll show you, because it prints amazing. I've never, ever, ever had one jam in my printer, and I have used thousands of those. No, maybe not thousands. Maybe that's ambitious, but I've used hundreds and hundreds. That's not it. Let me see here. Okay, here is the Ultra stretch denim at Joann. Super affordable with 40% off coupon. Oh, 30%. That's awesome. I'm back. Oh, that's cool, Carol. Yeah, I'm in the market for labels too, Michelle. Okay, so these right here, this right here is basically a blank sheet. This is fabric. You probably can't tell. And on the back, you see it's kind of shiny. This is fusible. And you don't have to use fusible, but I recommend the fusible. It goes through the machine, the printer, amazing. This is inkjet. They do have laser. I've never used that. I've never had a laser printer. June Taylor is the brand. I use Quick Views, and I get white. And I always buy the 10-pack because otherwise it's a 3-pack, and they're expensive. So I always do it with the 40% off coupon, like Christy said. Now I don't. I need so much of this. I don't do that. It doesn't. It's not worth my time to go to Joann's and struggle to shop there because it's a bit of a struggle at mine. I use these to make our iron-on labels for chicken boots. I used to make the chicken boots label with this. And what I would do was I printed out 30, no, it was, yeah, so what I used was the Avery label template, the little like 1 inch by like 3 inch, there's like 3 across and 10 down, so it was 30 labels per sheet, like Avery print labels that you, like address labels, it's the address label one. I would use that template in Word, and I created my little label, and I made it so that it was a loop like this, so it was sideways on the page. I wish I had one to show you. I know I have one of the labels around here somewhere. Ooh, I'd have to dig that up. If you really want to see it, I'll go get it. I'm pretty sure I know where it's at. Let's see if there's one in here. Rayanne used it as a little like sewing guide. It was like the perfect width for something. Oh no, there's not one in there. So I just used a Word template, put my little chicken on there and wrote chicken boots, and then I put like a color behind it. And then I printed them out on here, and then I cut them apart, or I actually fused it to like a really thin piece of muslin, and then I cut them apart, and then so the raw edges will fray over time. So what I used was a marrow stitch on my machine, or what do you call it? You call it a rolled hem stitch on my serger. And it was a really tiny little serger edge on each side. So I would like do 3 labels and then cut those 3 apart. And then that was my little loop label. So that sounds really labor intensive, and it was. And it was still cheaper than buying woven labels. Like as much time as it took. But when I got to the point where I was needing like, like I said, I need like 4,000 of those a year. I don't want to spend my time doing that. My time is more valuable. So that's when I crossed over to buying them. But if you just need a little bit occasionally, you could actually make these and then turn under each edge and then edge stitch it down and sew it down. Like you don't have to do the serging. You could iron them on and you wouldn't have to do any of that, right? You could just print on there and then iron it on. Yeah, but muslin, I love muslin. Yeah, right, Michelle, I know. I love the service Joann Fabrics provides. I'm really glad they're there. I'm glad at the diversity of stuff that they carry and the crafts and everything. I'm really thankful for that. But I just want to get in there and get out. So sorry. I'm sorry. It's just how I feel about it. So, but I try and always buy everything local where I can. They just usually only have 1 or 2 of these packages, and I buy sometimes 10 at a time. So they don't like it when I'm going to take every one of their things, that they have there. So, okay. So yeah, I love the idea of sewing labels though. That there's some really cute ones. Let me see if I can find the Instagram account that I follow. I just found it the other day because it was really cute. How do I see my followers on the desktop app? Oh, here we go. Who I'm following. Let's see. They're really cute. I don't know if I'll recognize their, maybe I'll just Google it. That's what I'll do. I love Google. What would we do without it? Let's see here. I'm going to Google. Yes, this is the back sew in label. Let's see. There's a ton of, there's so many things that come up. I'm going to put in Australia. Let's see. This Dutch label, man, they're really pushing their stuff here. Name it. That's mine. Can't find it. That's so cute, too. They were really funny. Oh, well. Sorry. If I find it, I'll try and link it in my thing, you know? All right, so what else? I like that question because I want sewing labels, too. Maybe I'll make some doing this method. I haven't done that in a while. It'll be fun. I just don't even know what I would put on a label at this point. I don't want to put chicken boots on my my home sewing things, you know? Like, I like those labels, but I don't want that on there. No, you don't need a special presser foot. You just wanted me to put those words together and say them, didn't you? No, I'm just going to use my regular old presser foot. She does talk about flat felled seams, I think, in here. Oh, no. It's not her that does that. In the menswear, I'm getting a mids jean pant pattern, and they talk about flat felled seams. I think that'd be overkill on these. These are a little more drapey. Yeah, they're pretty saucy, Christy, but I think that's partly just the way they fit her, too. They fit her really well. So, no, you don't need a special foot. And since we're not doing a zipper fly, you don't need your zipper foot either. So, that's pretty cool. What is going to stop you guys from sewing these? I want to know. Time, I can't argue with time. I hear you on that one. But what scares you the most about sewing this project or something similar? I want to just tell me at all. Is it maybe you're not afraid at all to sew this, but I just want to know, like, is it the weight? Because you don't have to worry about the weight of the denim. Your machine can handle it. Nothing, Christy. Yes. All right. You don't have to do the rivets. She says that you could get some rivets if you want, and she puts them, like, I think on her back pockets. Oh no, she does bar tacks there. Don't have to do that. This is like needles breaking. Yeah, that I understand that, Michelle. But you know what? Needles break, and that's okay. You should change it more often, maybe with this project. Yeah, heavy duty fabrics are. I totally understand that. Yeah, Carol, fitting. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Christy. Yes. Okay. All right, so we're going to measure ourselves, and we're going to pick our size. Let's talk about sizing then. So my measurement, my waist at my natural waistline is 35, and my hip is 42. Now you know almost everything about me, okay? So I am going to pick, so here's the size chart. You're going to look at the body measurements to pick your size, okay? So mine fits right here really well. Let's say, oh yeah, exactly. That is a good point, Christy. The stretch denim is not very thick. It's not very heavy duty. It's not like when you see all those really thick seams on your jeans and stuff, because we can probably mitigate a lot of that. Yeah, it could be, Nancy. I actually think that's a good idea. Yeah, because the Morgan jeans have quite the button fly, don't they? Yeah, so I do agree. I agree that the denim isn't very thick, and it is pretty forgiving. And you don't have a lot of areas where there's going to be a lot of, let's look at my sewn pair, right? Because these are pretty much the same thing. These have a fake fly. I don't even think oh yeah, so there's a fake fly on these. We got this, right? We did this on jammy pants. let's see where the thickest thing is. This is probably the thickest spot right here. Here and the crotch are probably the two thickest spots. Yeah, right, Christy, exactly. What's great is that because it's a stretch woven, it's more stable. So it's going to do what you tell it to do a lot easier than knits. Knits can kind of roll and get away from you, right? So the denim is going to behave a little bit better. It's going to be a little easier to sew. It's going to be closer to like sewing quilting cotton than sewing a knit. Yeah, no, Michelle, it really will. It's really lightweight. I mean, this fabric right here is pretty lightweight. You see that? It's pretty drapey. So let's talk about ounces. And I'm going to get back to a sizing question, Carol. I'm going to talk about the sizing. So one thing I learned about ounces, you know how they'll say 5-ounce denim or 9.5-ounce denim? So the ounces is what a yard of fabric would measure or weigh. Okay, so 5-ounce denim, if you were to have 1 yard of it and you weighed it, it would weigh 5 ounces. So that's a very lightweight denim. For jeans, you're going to want something in the like 9 to 12 ounce or 8 to 12 ounce range. So it won't be really heavy and it won't be really lightweight. Like if you really wanted a lightweight pant for spring or summer, like a jean, you could go those really lightweight ones, but they're going to be pretty drapey and pretty stretchy. Try out a new pattern and fitting. I got fabric for it, but not enough for a fit disaster. Uh-oh. Yeah, right? I know. Exactly, Ida. So remember my stream about sizing when we did the jeans for noobs, and I sat there and I went into the nitty-gritty of sizing. So let's talk about that a little bit. So when, let's say typically I don't line up like this perfectly. Usually what happens is my waist is here or, lower than my hip, okay? And so what I would do most likely is I would probably look at the size of the garment and decide what do I want to deal with? What do I want to have to adjust? So I would much rather pick the size that corresponds to my hip and then taper for the waist. And that's why if you do the copy shop printing and you ask them just to print the layers that you need, you can say, hey, I want all these sizes here because I'm going to gradually taper my waistband and my hip. And then we can talk about that when because I printed out the waist pattern pieces. Did I leave them over there? Oh no, they're right here. So, if I wanted to taper my waist really low, I would tape my my pants to the waist seam, the bottom, up to here. And then I would taper. I would be like, okay, I'm going like this down to the hip. And then I would trim all that off, that's how I would taper it. And I know that that's not a very good instructional, but I just want you to know it's possible. It's not going to be too hard. If you want straight leg pants or wide leg pants over skinny jeans, super easy. Don't worry about that. All you need to worry about is that the hip and the crotch and the waist are going to fit you, and then we could deal with the legs and the taper. So as far as sizing goes, pick the size that corresponds the closest to your body measurement up here. And then I want you to measure a few of your jeans that are a little bit stretchy. I mean, almost all of us have stretchy jeans now. It's almost impossible to find jeans that don't have stretch in them. I want you to measure the hip the best you can. Like she gives you, this is the hip right here. Right? Here's the hip. So she's like measuring straight across here. Do your best, okay? Measure your pants and then look at her measurement for her finished measurement. So if I were to measure, so let's measure my pants here, okay? Let's see how it compares. Because I feel like if you start with something it's so much easier to deal with. You can go, okay, I know how these pants fit me. They're not my favorite pants to wear, but at least I know they're a little small and anything bigger is going to be better, right? So I'm going to look at these across the hip the best I can. So now your hip is not your leg, so you don't need to go down below this crotch seam. And your hip is, you know, you can put these on and say, oh, my hip is like down here. And when I say hip, I usually mean just below the hip bone. When she says hip, she is also saying that she's looking at the fullest part of the seat. It's not your hip measurement, all right? I know that's confusing, but a lot of people do that. And she actually has it really low down here too on the body. So you're going to find that same spot, like put your pants on and then like mark it on the pants, take them off, and then measure them. These are stretchy, look, just like that. Actually, I was going to see if my denim stretches about the same. So yeah, look at that. That was the little test I was going to do. Okay. And I'm going to roughly measure these around the hip. I want the back to be as flat as possible. It won't be very straight. Let's see. Okay. So 19 and 19 is 38. My hips don't measure 38. They measure 42 in real life, right? So let's see. The hip measures 38. Her hip measures 39 and 7/8 on these pants. That sounds good to me because these are a little small. So does that make sense? Like, I feel like when you start with something you know, you're like, okay, I know this. Where can I go from there? And then you make direct comparisons the simplest way possible to what you're going to do. So finished garment measurements are what your garment's going to measure if you cut it out perfectly, sew it perfectly using the seam allowance, and you haven't made any modifications. And you're measuring it where she measured hers. It's hard to get that right, all those little things, but you can do pretty good. And if you're like a little under, like if it's like looking a little small, go to the next size up, you know, like if you're like all of your little measurements are just under hers, I would go up. So that's one way to kind of make you less nervous about the sizing and the investment in this. And the thing is, it is an investment, you guys. Sewing for yourself is not cheaper. And the thing is, though, even your failures are going to really, really, really build on your sewing knowledge and your confidence. And just think, if you were more confident and less worried about it, how much better your sewing experience would be, right? It would feel so nice to feel that way. So you may make a mistake. This may not be perfect, but the thing is, it's going to be a really good lesson. I promise you won't make the same mistake more than once, many times. And I know one of you just sewed a beautiful pair of ginger jeans and did make a pretty big mistake and had to set them aside. And I say, set them aside, and someday you're going to take that waistband off. You're going to take the side seams down just below the yoke, and you're going to take the yoke off, and you're going to flip it. And then you're going to put your sides, sew your yoke back on, sew your side seams, and then you're going to put your waistband back on. You know who I'm talking to. So, yeah, exactly, Christy. Every sewing failure gives you more positive than negative. That's such a great way to put it. So, and I'm right there with you. I have definitely thrown things in the trash, just sitting here, almost done, just been like, nope. Throw it in the trash because I never want to see it again, or I'm really frustrated. Maybe I'm having a bad day. Maybe it was just a bad sewing project, and I need to make an offering to the sewing fairy who really exists. I believe it firmly. So, okay, what are your other nervous things? Okay, so we're not worried about the weight now because we're going to stagger our seams like I showed you on the waistband, Michelle. So that's going to help that. And the top stitching, we're going to get past that. And, we're going to have a heavier weight needle, like a 16 in your sewing machine. You're going to switch your needle out every couple hours of sewing contact with the needle. It'll be happier. Yeah, right, Carol? I am too. I get like, oh, no, you don't. I'm going to figure this out. I get so driven by figuring it out. And sometimes I actually know what I'm about to do is going to fail, but I can't figure out why I know that, and I have to do it to figure out, like, why do I know this is going to not work, and why is it not going to work, so that at least I know not to take that on again or design something that way again, I don't know how to put it, but I sometimes just need to know, like, that's how it does it, like I have to go through the motions and figure it out. All right, so what, okay, so yeah, so the cost and the sizing, totally understand that. I mean, I totally understand that. How about rolling waistband? How can we avoid that as a type of elastic we use? Oh, okay, so there's not going to be the kind, I know exactly what you're talking about, Michelle. That is my pet peeve too. I really hate it when my elastic and my waistband rolls. Okay, and so I have ways to sew waistbands like that so that doesn't happen, but we don't have to worry about it in this because it's only a little 1/2 inch piece of elastic, like 1/2 inch width, and it gets sewn into the top seam. There's not going to be enough width for it to roll because it's just there to give stability and return to the waistband when you're wearing them all day. And yes, it is the type of elastic you use when you do those waistbands, and like that whole like non-roll waistband like elastic. I don't understand, like that still rolls too. I find the way to sew that in is the way I did on the Carolyn pajama bottoms that I sewed, is stitching through the elastic onto the waistband. So my favorite way to do it is actually to serge the elastic directly onto the waistband, fold it over, and then top stitch it down on that serge seam. But if you don't have a serger, you can zigzag it on, or you can do it the way I did on the Carolyn pajama bottoms. Yeah. But yeah, I hate that. That drives me crazy. A goal to complete before the next week. Yes, let's do that. Don't you think that would be good? Because I think, like, what do you guys think? Like, I think, let me look at a calendar here. Let's see here. No, that's my calculator. Right here. Oh my gosh. Christmas is right there. Okay, so I'm going to take off this week. I won't see you guys next Saturday. My family's arriving. We might actually do Christmas next weekend. I'm kind of hoping that idea comes to fruition since I thought it was next Friday. Okay, I'm gonna do men's wear, I think the 17th and 19th of January. So what do you guys think about waiting as long as like the 26th, January 26th, to start this? And let's look at the sewing instructions. There are not many sewing instructions. So maybe we should talk about sizing before we start sewing again. Because by then, I know you guys might have some more questions. And we can talk about this before that date. Like, we don't have to wait. Like, maybe we do that. We can like, talk, like, even the 12th. Like then in a couple weeks, maybe you'll have some things or some questions. So just, you guys always feel free to ask during a stream what questions you have, you know, even if it's not on what I'm sewing right then. So let's see. So the first few steps are the front pockets and the fake fly. And then we do the back, the yoke. And then she has you attach the side seams, really? What about the pockets? All right, well, we may do the pockets a little out of order. Yeah, right, Nancy? I think so, too. Okay, so I think that's what we'll probably do. Maybe on our first stream of it is we might not even sew. So maybe we'll test out like thread color and thread weight and stuff like that, because I feel like we'll have some more questions when we get there about sizing and things, and we can figure out a little bit of a timeline. And then I go out of town every February for a show in Washington called Madrona. So you may end up getting like a big break in there, or we'll just do it every stream, like the 26th, the 31st, the 2nd. Yeah, I think we can have them done before I go on the 9th. Jeans in 2 weeks. You guys can do that. And then, or what I would rather do is do like one stream a week on it, so that you have a whole week to catch up to where I'm at. And then we finish when I get back. Right? Like, I don't know how long you want this to take. So I'm kind of the opinion not to let it drag on too long because I don't want it to get, watered down or forgotten. And I really love the momentum that sometimes we get going. So I could do it every stream, but I just feel like we need a break too, and I need you to have the time to do what you need to do because you might only have like a half hour in the evening to sew. I've totally been there. So yeah, we can work it out. But let's say our start date is around the 26th, maybe the 24th, which is a Thursday, and that's just a non-sewing one. And then we'll sew on the 26th, and then maybe on the 1st, and then the 9th. We might be able to do this in 3 streams. I think we can do it. Momentum. Okay, Michelle, cool. Yeah. I'm excited. So I know at least like probably 6 of us. It's not very many, but hey, it'll be cool. I feel like even if you're not like really into a project that a sew along or a knit along is doing, there's just something about being a part of it together and doing it together is it's just like it adds to it. Yeah, that's fine, Christy. I know sometimes you can only tune in on your lunch break. Which reminds me, did any of you do your homework? Did any of you do your homework? Do you remember what your homework was? Because I can show you a little bit about Twitch. Because we have the stream set up now to do this. Well, let me show you. All right. I need a new window. All right, so just wanted to show you a little bit about Twitch because I'm getting closer to figuring out how to stream on both. And we might be able to find some other sewists and stuff out there that are looking. Okay, so this is Twitch. It's gonna start playing something right away. Oh no, I have it muted. Okay, great. So this is someone they have on the front page right now. She looks like she's fundraising in honor of her cousin. And she's in the chat. It's like a just chatting. You did it, Ida. Nice. Did you survive? All right. So you can. These are all like popular channels. I'm not following any channels on this account, on my So Live account. I have a completely other account that I watch all of my stuff on. Yeah, Nancy, I gave everyone homework to look up Twitch and to check it out because I would really like to stream on Twitch someday. It's easier. I feel like as a viewer, it's easier to utilize. So, and so this is popular live channels. It's going to want to suggest things to me, but you know how when YouTube will automatically start playing something when you're done watching something and you're like, what am I automatically watching? Yeah, I know you can turn that off, but it's kind of weird like what it suggests. It doesn't pull up a video from someone you're already following. It pulls up some random video on a rocket homemade from a Coke bottle and baking soda. And you're like, what the heck? I'm not interested in this. How did this come to me? So that doesn't happen on Twitch. You're only going to be watching what you click on. And the channels that you follow are over here. You're ready for my emotes? Nice lingo, Michelle. Are you Michelle, the Sun Chalet, Michelle? Because I am loving our emails. This makes me so happy. Okay, so this is a gamer right here, Dr. Lupo. He does Fortnite, right? So that's all he does. That's all he plays. Occasionally he does sponsored streams. And so if I were following him, I'm not going to follow him because I don't want any crossover between either of my accounts. So these are featured channels right now that they are promoting. All of your followed channels are over here. So let's see. You can also follow categories. So I followed, let's search. I'm ready for my emotes too. I need a sewing fairy emote pretty badly. Let's see. I put in craft this morning. So it's the non-gaming, it's creative, and this is what I got. It is all kinds of crazy. I also selected my language to English, and so sometimes that helps whittle down. But I do watch the foreign language streams as well. I don't really care as long as I don't need to understand exactly what they're talking about. Sometimes I just really, oh, is my, okay, where's my cam? I don't know what my stream looks like right now. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. How about I put it right here? Does that work? That work? Okay. Yeah, I can't see. I've got this like minimized over here. Okay. So, so this left panel over here is where your followed streams will show up. So if I was following these other people, it would tell me if they were live or not. And let's see, let's go to someone. What is he doing? I just don't want to get stuck getting suggested things that I'm not interested in. But I can always unfollow. I saw someone doing, okay, wait, does that say Hogwarts Express? Let's check this out, as you guys know. Because I have it muted right now. And I'm going to apologize if someone uses language in one of these streams. I don't know. They could. So, oh, this is an ad. So I don't have my I don't have my Amazon Prime hooked up with this account. You will not get ads if you have Amazon Prime. And let me explain that in just a second. I just want to read this. Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. I'm not surprised. This is a really strange platform if you're not a gamer. So, but if you're into like Monopoly or chess, I think some of the oldest Twitch channels are chess on here, to be honest. So let's unmute him and see what he's talking about. So he looks like he's putting together the Hogwarts Express. Oh, the little mini metal one. Ooh, dang. I had someone, oh, and it's not in English. It's in Bulgarian. So we won't understand I won't understand the Hey, but it's nice to see a girl streaming, right? So anyway, I just wanted you to understand how it works. Okay, and so this is how you'll find out also about the streamer. Let's find someone in English. Oh, gosh. Let's just follow someone so that we can see. I just want to see someone that... Here, this is is this Ninja? No. I was going to show you. This is the most popular Fortnite streamer. Popular Twitch streamer is Ninja right now. Let's see. I don't know what this is, but it's in English. Let's check this out. Okay. All right, so if you want to find out about this person, you go below their channel here, and this tells you a little bit about them right here. This is their chat over here on the right-hand side. Let's see, I'm not covering it up, right? Okay, yeah, okay. So, this is their chat, and it'll say, welcome to the chat room. Sometimes when you start chatting in there, it'll tell you there's some rules or something like that, usually banned words or things like that. And then there's little emotes. So using your iPhone emotes is kind of like you're a noob if you do that. And so see all these little lock symbols? This is because I'm not a subscriber to this channel. Subscribing on Twitch is different than YouTube. When you subscribe on YouTube, it just means you are following that channel and like you subscribe to me and it tells you when I go live. On Twitch, it means you're actually paying them $5 or more a month to be a subscriber and have that title next to your chat name. Like it's like a little emote next to your name when you chat. And then they have specific emotes that you unlock as a subscriber. So when you want to follow their stream, you follow it if you just want to know when they go live, and you can follow what they're doing. Subscribing is when you give money. And so when you go to subscribe, if you have Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime, you can actually give a subscription to a streamer, and it costs you nothing. It gives them $5, a month. You have to renew it every month, but you can give it to any streamer you want. I do that for like younger streamers or streams that like I just popped in. I'm like, oh, hey, I don't know how to do this. Can you tell me how to do this? And they help me, and then I'll give them my Prime sub that month, So it's just a way to help them out. Because a lot of these people are doing it in their free time. It's not their main gig, and they just enjoy it. Some of my favorite games right now, I do play Fortnite. I'm trying Realm Royale, which is like a similar style game. And I like The Last of Us, which is a single player game. And I'm starting to like more of those because they're just a really great way to escape in the world and kind of just like be a part of the video that I'm watching, be a part of the story. It keeps my hands busy, which I really like, my hands being busy all the time. And I'm really rubbish at all of it, but I still enjoy it. So I don't know, this game is not the kind of style I like. It's like you're looking overhead. It looks like a phone game. It's not my kind. I like third person games where you're like, you're from behind me and you're not looking through their eyes. It's not first person. I like third person games. And I like the ones that are like beautiful worlds, like Uncharted. Oh, you love me. Oh, I love The Last of Us. It's such a great story. It made me cry at the end. Yeah, so that's what I like about some of those games. They're pretty cool. Yeah, the story games are really cool. And someone in the room can follow along and watch. You can play together, which I like. Okay, so that's my basic Twitch little thing. So if I were streaming here, you'd be chatting in here, and then these little symbols, like this one right here, this green sword, that means that he's a moderator for this stream, and he's the one that's going to ban someone or kick out the 12-year-olds when they start spamming bad words or being bullies. This right here means he does subscribe to the channel and he's been there for more than 6 months. This is his Amazon Prime thing. So he has Amazon Prime and he doesn't have any commercials. So let's see, this person is a subscriber as well, and just not 6 months. So that's the basic gist of Twitch. Your followed channels come over here. You can search all kinds of things. Let's search, you can search, checkers. Let's see what happens. Yeah, card and board games. And there's a streamer called Checkers. If you liked Dungeons and Dragons, Dungeons and Dragons has gotten upgraded. There is it's still around, and it's digital now. It's kind of crazy. Not my game. You can look up probably car repair. You can look up anything you want, really. So, all right. So that's my little Twitch thing. I know it's a whole nother thing to get used to, but let's see. I just want you guys to try it out. I don't know, Michelle. I actually found that there is an app, like a little program to help me do it. And it sounds really easy. I'm just finding with the holidays and stuff that I don't know when I'll get to set it up. So I'm thinking soon, like maybe next January. And you guys won't know. You can stay on YouTube. You can totally stay on YouTube. I can do it both at the same time. So, but I just wanted you to be aware of it because it is a little easier. It's not as cumbersome as YouTube. YouTube's just great because the infrastructure's there and the client base and the audience is there. And there's a lot of DIY. So it's kind of appealing. All right, we've turned this into a Twitch ramble. Okay, so we are set to start our sew along. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm excited to get my PDF plots. I will put links in the description of this video for pdfplotting.com, and Itch to Stitch is probably already there. And so you can just use those as a quick link. And then, yeah, thank you, Michelle. I like the encouragement of Twitch. It's nice to find someone else who gets it. Like when I first discovered it, I was like, I have no idea what that is. And it is hard to navigate past all the young, like, not the young people, but the not sponsored exactly. That, there is that element there, but it's not all there. Like there's a lot of adults on there as well. And, you can find your kind of crowd and it's so much easier. Hi, Kathleen. How's it going? We're just about to end, but we did do a whole walkthrough today on how to get ready to do this sew along for the Mountain View pull-on jeans for Itch to Stitch. So, and when I'm done streaming, it'll be uploaded and you can check it out. And there's lots of really good information on how to print your patterns. And I used my computer in front of you guys and you saw what I clicked and what I selected. And we went over sizing and what is going to take the fear out of trying to sew these jeans. So please join us. We're starting January 26th, right, Christy? That's what we decided. And yeah, I think, let's see. I don't think I missed any other comments here. Okay. Yep. I answered that. I'm looking at them all. Awesome. Okay. We had some good questions though today. So, all right, guys. Happy Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Happy New Year. We all enjoy New Year, whether we celebrate it or not. Do you guys make resolutions? I don't. It doesn't even occur to me to make them. Do you guys make resolutions? So, because, I support you. I totally support you, but I forget to do that. So I realize people are kind of gearing up for that. I do look at the New Year's like, all right, let's, start again. But I don't really make, resolutions that I follow. I do those every day, Okay, well, I think that's it, guys. At least I figured out how to show my computer screen today. We're still figuring all these little things out, and my camera, being in this really high position. But we're chipping away at it, right? So, all right. Happy holidays. Yes, happy holidays, Michelle. And to all of you, thanks for coming. And I will see you guys, maybe a couple weeks. Eek. What are we going to sew first? First sew of the year. Dang. Well, maybe I should suggest some things. I saw how do you say that kimono, Howery kimono jacket? Wait, what's it called? By Wixton. That looks really cool. That actually was on my radar. And I have some boiled wool I need to use. That would actually be really great for that. So maybe I will do that. It's Haori, right? Howery kimono jacket by Wixton. Am I getting all that right? I hope I'm getting that right. I looked up the hashtag today. Thank you, Carol. Happy holidays to you. So maybe that'll be my first make of the year. I feel like the boiled wool would be really great for that. It would be cozy. Howery, yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Wixton. Okay, good. I was right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I looked up the hashtag today and saw the things. I was like, oh, yes, this is on my... I think... my next Needle Sharp subscription box is a robe, and so, but I can't remember which one it is for the heavyweight box, and so I was going to look at that, because I thought maybe the Howery was one of the options in those boxes, but I don't think it's my option. I think it's the medium weight, but I could totally be wrong. Like, I don't even remember where that. Okay, Carol, cool. Yeah, I have this, like, orange boiled wool that I got at Blackbird Fabrics. Oh, cool. I have heard of the Helene. That's awesome. What are you going to make it in? I haven't made anything by Jolie Patterns, though. They're popping up in my, like, radar more and more. Yeah, has anyone sewn the Helene by Jolie? Let me see what that is. I can look it up here. Now that I have, like, the keyboard right here. Let's see. Shawl collar cardigan. Here we go. Here, let's look at it. Oh, what is the website doing? Oh, here we go. No, what is the website doing? Here, I'll show you guys. Oops. Where's the picture? Oh, it's just missing. That's what's going on there. Where? I want to see the picture. Okay. Why isn't that working? All right. Well, Ponte first. You're making it in Ponte. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Shawl collar cardigan sounds like it, but I can't see the pictures. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. That's cute. That is kind of like kimono-esque, or at least robe-esque. It's got the shawl collar. Shawl collar is definitely robe. Let's look at the pattern cover here. All right. I don't know why that. I think it's maybe because I'm streaming or this website uses something that is like making it take a little longer to load. Lulu skirt by Jolene was pleased. I can't find much feedback on Helene. Have you looked at the hashtag? Let's look at the hashtag. Maybe we'll have better luck looking up what it looks like. Let's see. I wonder what it is. Let's try Helene and see what happens. Oh, that's cute. That one's really cute. Look at that. Let's see. Let's see this printed one. She has a blog post about it. That's very cute. I think you're in good hands. It'll be good. Let's see. I wonder, what's it called again? Helene. What's it called? Let's put in the name of the pattern. Jolly has a hashtag, but it was like Jolly Life. Jolly3248. Here, she actually hashtagged it. Let's see. Here we go. That'll be so cozy. That would be great for my boiled wool too. It looks like so comfortable and slouchy and really quick to sew. It's not lined, so you could just serge this together if you had a serger or just zigzag it. Yeah, that'll be cute, Kathleen. Yeah. Yeah, they probably use something like what's it called? Adobe, not Acrobat. What's it called when, a Flash Player. They probably have Flash Player on there, and that's what's making it take a while to load, So, anywho. Yeah, you had trouble loading it too. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's probably what it is. I don't have the latest Flash Player. I just noticed that yesterday, and that's so funny because I feel like that used to pop up on all of our websites all the time, right? We always had to keep Flash like totally up to date, and that's the first time I've seen that in a long time. And I was on like a website looking at stretch denim, and it ended up taking me to a website that sold stretch denim jeans already made, and I was like, oh, that's not what I'm looking for. So I just got out of there anyway. It had like this gorgeous model on the front, and it was like a little movie and all that. So yeah, well, you'll have to tell us how it goes. It looks cute. I think it'll be really cozy. So you could do it in a lightweight jersey for like spring, or something warmer and cozy like a sweatshirt fleece. I have this like bamboo merino wool stretchy stuff. Ooh, that sounds so yummy. All right, I gotta go. I gotta still sew Christmas gifts because it's on Tuesday and I'm still wrapping my head around that. And I decided to make everything handmade, which I never do anymore. So, but I'm excited to do it. And I really want to do it. Like, I'm not like, I'll find something else and buy it for them. No, I'm really into making what I'm making. So, okay, guys. Well, have a fabulous holiday. I will see you next year in 2019. And we're going to start these January 26th, like a little over a month from now. And we're going to all be wearing our Itch to Stitch Mountain View pull-on jeans. And we're all going to take booty shots. Right, Christy? Just kidding. All right, you guys. Happy holidays. I will see you soon. Yeah, just stream it. There we go. That's a good idea. All right, guys. Take care. You watch me make gifts the whole day? Oh my gosh. I have to cut them out. Can you believe this? I still have to cut some of them out because yesterday I got all my like little things I had to get done before I signed off for 2 weeks. And I'm going to make 3 making backpacks, and I need to make a modified pocket bucket for my grandma for her. It's like not my grandma, it's my husband's grandma, for her wheelchair, her like little scooter basket. And then I didn't finish making something for my daughter. So that's not going to happen. She would rather just have a new car anyway because she's turned 16, right? Okay, guys. All right, now I'm saying goodbye. Take care. Bye.